This here is the Jelly 2E, which was just released by Unihertz, its predecessor being the Jelly 2. Today we're going to open this phone up, take a look at what's inside, check out some of the specs, the gameplay, and a few other capabilities of this device. I've released quite a few videos about the Jelly 2, and the majority of the comments recommend that it is a prison smartphone. Initially, I partially disagreed, but after doing some research, I found the definition of a prison phone. Basically, it's low profile, easily concealed, it gets past metal detection, and obviously has to make calls and texts. Forgot to add, it needs to be small enough to be concealed, if you if you know what I'm saying. This device has a 3-inch screen, runs Android 12, is capable of running 4G LTE, and has a pretty impressive chipset. I personally think that this is the smartest prison smartphone available on the market, but what do you guys think? Share your thoughts in the comments. Opening the package, the packaging is very high quality, similar to Apple. You're going to have the user manual, of course. As you open that up, you're going to have a screen protector, which is made of plastic, unfortunately. Then within that, you're going to have a couple manuals as well as a SIM pin. The manuals are always very helpful and thorough, so that's a good call on Unihertz. You're also going to have a charger as well as a lanyard. Unfortunately, Unihertz has removed the charging block. Here is the phone itself, very small, very discreet. Again, 3 inches, and if you compare to the predecessor, the Jelly 2, they are almost identical. Some of the only difference is the matte finish, the speakers on the bottom, but as for looking on everything else with the devices, they look very, very similar, and of course the Jelly 2E has a price point of $169.99 compared to the Jelly 2, which is above $200. The initial startup is a bit slow, but once you have the device set up, obviously when you power it on, it does not take this long. I've skipped a lot of it. Also, I love the Unihertz startup screen. It is so cute. Again, for the setup, I'm going to do it off camera just because it takes so much time. Once it's started up, you have the back camera, which is 16 megapixels, you have a flashlight, and you actually have a fingerprint reader. Looking at the side here, you're going to have your SIM tray here. At the bottom, you're going to have a USB-C type charge port, and then you're going to have a red and power button. The power button is on the top. The red button can be custom to whatever function you want. It's default a flashlight. We are going to test the security, which is going to be a pattern plus a fingerprint. I want to test how effective the fingerprint is. This pattern, we're just doing a basic square. Please don't steal my identity. Then the next step is going to be to set up the fingerprint. And I wasn't sure if this was going to work well, but it's actually very effective. You just hold your finger on the back, similar to an iPhone, moving your finger along just like this, and it will read your full fingerprint. Again, I was very impressed with this. I wasn't sure if it was going to work. On the Jelly 2, it was fine, but with the Jelly 2E, I wasn't sure if there would be a decline in performance, but so far it seems to be doing pretty well. Nice, we got the fingerprint set up. Okay, let's test it. It is locked, and the fingerprint unlocked it very easily. Awesome. I did download some apps off camera, one of them being CPU-Z, and I want to go in here and show you guys some more of the specs. Now, this runs a MediaTek Helio A22, where the Jelly 2 runs a MediaTek Helio P60. This device, the Jelly 2E, also has 64 gigabytes of storage and 4 gigabytes of RAM, so quite a bit less than the Jelly 2, but again, it is a lower price point. Makes sense to some people. I will say the easiest form of texting is going to be through swipe text. You don't want to be pressing individual keys because it's way too difficult. This being connected to Google Keyboard, it is very intelligent, and I find it to be pretty effective with swipe, as you can see. My finger is literally bigger than the entire phone. I went to YouTube and am playing some non-copyrighted music, and as you can see, the speaker is very impressive. It's loud, it's clear, I love the volume control layout, and it sounds pretty freaking good in my opinion. It packs a kick. It's so impressive. All the sound is coming out of these 4 speaker holes. So that is pretty impressive if you ask me. Now imagine you're in prison and your prison phone is capable of playing Call of Duty Mobile. Now I'm going to save more gameplay for other videos, but this is Call of Duty Mobile. I don't have a controller hooked up, but look at this. This is pretty crazy. I'm playing online here and the gameplay is not half bad. This is pretty awesome considering it doesn't have the MediaTek Helio P60 like the Jelly 2. It still runs well. Now here I connected a controller just to show you guys how it runs with the controller. There is not much of a buffer at all when controlling, and it plays pretty dang well. With that being noted, there were times where some games lagged. Again, I'll get to that in another video, so be sure to subscribe. I wanted to show you guys some of the ringtones that are available on the device. In my opinion, they're atrocious, but they definitely have that prison style. What do I mean by that prison style? I don't know. They're just janky, they don't sound good. I always like to check the ringtones to see what they freaking sound like, okay? If you guys want to hear more of the ringtones, let me know in the comments, and I'll make a YouTube short or something showing what those look like. Now, the back camera of the Jelly 2E is actually 16 megapixels. It's okay, not amazing, it works. This is a photo of the Xbox controller I took. I took another photo of a Tamagotchi, which I accidentally let die the other day. I'm so sad. And lastly, I took a picture of this old AM FM radio, and it doesn't look half bad either. No, you're not going to start a photography business with this, but if you're one of those TikTokers in prison, I wouldn't be surprised if you were using something like the Unihertz Jelly 2E. I also wanted to show you guys what the video looks like, at least on the back camera. This is the back camera. You be the judge of how that looks. It does not look amazing, and the audio is even worse, which is why I'm doing a voiceover here. But again, it works. This is a video test for the selfie cam of the Jelly 2E. From what it looks like, it looks okay. Now, as for the sound, I don't know if that's going to be the case. But at least right here, it looks okay. So at least in a well-lit frame, it looks okay. As for the sound, I don't know what that sounds like, so I guess I'm going to see once I edit this video. Now, I figured someone would ask, so yes, it is possible to play Doom on the Jelly 2E. Be sure to subscribe because I am going to be posting gameplay videos of this device on a later video. Considering the phone is much smaller than your traditional smartphone, an Xbox controller, and the palm of your hand, I think it's a nifty and fun phone to play with. And I've actually used the Jelly 2 as a daily driver for about a month. That's a very high-level overview of the Jelly 2E, and it's my honest opinion. Unfortunately, Unihertz pays me $0 for these videos, and all of the marketing I've done for Unihertz is absolutely free. I've contacted Unihertz and had lots of conversations about doing paid collaborations, but they're not interested. The only reason I tell you guys is because I think these mini smartphones are super cool in whatever way you use them. I use them because they're fun and they're a great conversation starter. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Would you use a phone that's this small? Obviously, it's not very practical, but would you pay $169.99 for this? I personally think it's a blast, and I have a ton of fun with it. But let me know in the comments, guys. Stay tuned for more mini smartphone videos, and thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.